Have you ever found yourself in an English conversation and you know exactly what you want to say in your own language, but then those pauses kick in, the long ones, lots of ums and ahs while your brain is just frantically searching.
Oh, yeah.
It's a really common thing, actually, but it can really chip away at your confidence, can it?
Definitely.
Sometimes it even makes you want to, avoid speaking English altogether. So today we're diving deep into why that happens and, more importantly, how to fix it.
It's such a relatable feeling for anyone learning a language. We feel it too as native English speakers trying other languages.
Right.
I remember trying to order like a simple coffee in Spanish once. The words were sort of there in my head, but putting them together, it felt like walking through sticky glue.
Oh, sticky glue. I like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
My brain just couldn't keep up.
I know exactly that feeling. I tried asking for directions in French, and oh boy, it was like the words were playing hide and seek in my head.
Hmm.
They just wouldn't come out right or quickly at all. And that really gets to the core issue our sources point out for you English learners.
Yeah.
It's the classic problem, isn't it?
Thinking in your native language first.
Exactly. Thinking first in your native language, then trying to translate maybe word by word or phrase by phrase, and you often end up following your own grammar rules.
Yeah, that's where the errors creep in.
Right. So you might hear a Spanish speaker say, I have hunger, instead of I am hungry, or maybe car blue instead of blue car.
Mm-hmm. Common examples?
People might understand you, sure, but that whole process, it's incredibly slow. And it often introduces those little subtle errors. It just makes speaking English feel like, well, like trying to run with weights on your ankles.
That's a great image. Now, just imagine if you could just cut those weights right off.
Ah, that would be amazing.
Picture your mind just thinking directly in English, effortlessly. Words flowing naturally, sentences forming correctly, communication just feeling, well, easier.
Yeah.
Smoother. That's the big shift, the transformation we're aiming for today. Moving from that slow translation grind to truly direct, confident communication.
And that is precisely our mission for this deep dive. We're going to share 5 powerful, really practical strategies to help you train your brain step by step to think more directly in English.
We've really boiled it down.
Yeah, we have. Simple explanations, easy exercises you can actually do, some creative tips. And look, no complicated grammar rules to memorize. Just straightforward techniques to help you make that crucial mental switch. Ready to unlock your smoothest, fastest English thinking. So let's get into it. Why is thinking directly in English such a game changer?
Yeah.
Some people might think, isn't knowing the words enough? Like, what's the big deal about the thinking part?
That's a really good question because it's quite fascinating how it changes your whole experience with English. It really goes beyond just knowing words. It sort of rewires how your brain processes and uses them.
Yeah.
So first off, you get instant understanding when your brain doesn't have that extra translation step in the middle.
Right, the bottleneck.
Exactly. You grasp things much faster.
Yeah.
Questions, instructions, even like subtle jokes. It's like watching a movie in your own language versus one you have to constantly read subtitles for in your head.
Yeah, that makes sense. Less tiring too, I bet.
Way less tiring, reduces that cognitive load. Listening becomes less of a chore, more enjoyable, and that flows right into the second benefit, natural conversation flow.
Okay.
When you skip that internal translation, those long, sometimes awkward pauses, they tend to just melt away.
Nice.
Your sentences come out more smoothly, conversations feel less like a test, more like just chatting. You can respond faster, ask your own questions more easily, actually keep the conversation moving.
This feels more connected.
More connected, more human, exactly.
That natural rhythm is so important for feeling comfortable.
Hmm.
But does it just affect speed, or does it change how you express yourself too?
Oh, it absolutely does. That's the third point. You develop more expressive power, even with simple words.
How so?
Well, when you're thinking directly in English, you naturally start picking up and, crucially, using the common phrases native speakers use all the time.
Like idioms or phrasal verbs.
Exactly. Simple phrasal verbs like get up or look for, or expressions that just don't translate literally. Like instead of always thinking and saying, I am tired, you might start thinking and saying, I'm worn out, or maybe even I'm beat.
Right. More natural sounding.
A direct thinking helps you internalize those and use them automatically.
So, yeah, not just faster, but sounding more authentic.
Right?
More like a native speaker would actually talk. That's a huge difference.
It really is. And fourth, it builds brain flexibility.
Yeah.
It's fundamental. When you intentionally push your brain to operate just in English mode, even for short
Like
periods,
a workout.
it's exactly like a targeted mental workout. You're strengthening the neural pathways that bypass your native language. You're forming direct links between concepts and English words. And this isn't just for speaking, it helps all your skills. Listening gets sharper, reading gets a bit faster, even writing feels smoother. They all reinforce each other.
So it's like a wider cognitive benefit almost.
Yeah,
I wonder if that helps with learning other stuff too.
it very likely could. And finally, maybe the most important one, it's a massive confidence booster.
Ah, yes. Confidence is key.
Every single time you manage to think and speak directly in English, even just for one short sentence without translating, it feels good. It's like proof to yourself.
Tangible proof.
Yeah, tangible proof that you can do it. You start small, right? Maybe just saying good morning directly or ordering that coffee without the internal script. But that success builds. Soon you feel brave enough to answer a simple question in class or start a basic chat online without all the usual worry. That buildup of confidence is incredibly powerful. It fuels more practice and unlocks that smoother way of communicating.
Okay, that makes a really strong case for why we should aim for direct thinking. But before we jump into the how-to, let's talk about the obstacles, the elephants in the room, right?
here.
These common roadblocks that trip so many learners up. Understanding them is always the first step, I think.
Definitely. Let's shine a light on those hurdles. For a lot of people, the biggest one is what we sometimes call the translation trap.
Ah, yes, that automatic habit. It's so ingrained, isn't it? How do we even start to break free from that?
Well, the translation trap is just that automatic process. Idea pops into your head in your native language, then your brain tries to map it word for word into English, often using your native grammar.
Which leads to I have hunger or car blue.
Exactly. It's slow, it sounds unnatural, and you get those errors. So to break it, we need to train your brain to just skip that first step entirely.
How do you actually short-circuit it, like in the moment?
A really simple active exercise is just labeling things instantly in English. Look around you right now. See a table, think table, not your native word first.
Right.
See someone writing, think writing. Here's a quick challenge for you listening. Set a timer, just 1 minute. Look around your room. Try to name, say, 15 or 20 things directly in English. Out loud is even better.
Go. Chair. Window.
Door, light, book, pen, phone. No notes, no pausing to translate, just quick, direct English naming. It forces that direct link between the object and the English word.
I love that. A little mini race.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the next big roadblock?
Vocabulary gaps. This happens all the time. You know the idea you want to express, but that specific English word just
Yeah.
isn't there right when you need it.
Oh, yes. So frustrating.
So you end up talking around it, right? Like, the
Yeah.
thing, you put hot water in it for tea instead of just kettle.
Right, which definitely slows you down and makes you feel less, well, articulate.
Totally. How do you bridge those gaps without needing like a dictionary-sized vocabulary overnight?
Yeah, what's the trick?
The crucial thing here is flexibility. Use the basic words you already have. Build a little synonym toolkit for common words. So for a super common word like good, have a few simple alternatives ready. Great, nice, fine, okay. Or for big, maybe large, small, maybe little.
It's just a few simple variations.
Yeah, maybe 3 or 4 for key describing words you use a lot. And this also relates to circumlocution. That's the fancy word for describing something when you forget the word, like the hot water thing for tea.
Ah, talking around it.
Exactly. Both techniques, synonyms and circumlocution, keep you speaking even when you're searching. Actively try using different options in your practice or self-talk. Makes you less likely to just stop.
That's brilliant. Like having backup words ready to go keeps the flow. Okay, roadblock number 3. This one often feels like the biggest one emotionally. Fear of mistakes.
Oh, this is huge. It's when you worry so much about grammar or the wrong word or your pronunciation not being perfect that you just freeze up.
Yeah. Say nothing.
You just don't say anything, even if you could manage a simple idea. It's so common because, we all want to sound good, sound proficient, but that fear stops the practice, and practice is the only way forward.
So how do we fight that fear? What's a practical step?
We need a mind shift, really. Focus on communication, not perfection. The goal is just, did the other person get your main idea? If yes, great. That's a win.
Okay.
A really practical tip is to start a win log. Super simple. A page in a notebook, a file on your phone. Every time you use English, even in a tiny way, write down one success.
Like what? Give me an example.
Could be tiny. I said thank you in English today. I understood the word coffee in that song. I did that timer challenge and named 5 objects in my kitchen.
So deliberately focusing on the small wins, no matter how small.
Exactly. Make it a habit. Look at your win log maybe once a week. Seeing that list grow, even with tiny things, it really shows you that you are making progress. It builds confidence, makes you less scared to try again. Focus on the wins, not the worries.
I really like that approach.
Yeah.
Very positive. Are there other, maybe hidden traps we should know about?
Yeah, let's quickly mention 2 bonus ones. First is overwhelm.
Trying to do too much too soon.
Exactly. Learners get excited, which is great, but they try everything at once. Flashcards, apps, videos, labeling, talking, all in one day. And you just burn out. It gets stressful.
So the fix is?
Be kind to yourself. Choose just one main practice thing for the day, or maybe even the week. Like, today is labeling objects day. Tomorrow is review 5 words day. Consistency with one thing is better than trying everything and giving up. Slow and steady.
Slow and steady wins the race.
Yeah, that.
And the other bonus trap?
Passivity. This is when you consume a lot of English, listening to stuff like this, deep dive, watching shows, reading articles, but you hardly ever actually speak or write yourself.
Just taking it in, not putting it out.
Right. Staying in input mode, never really doing output. The fix. Force yourself to produce something, anything, after you consume something.
Okay, how?
After listening to this section, for instance, or watching a short video, try to say or write just one simple sentence in English summarizing the main point, like, thinking in my language is a trap. I should try naming things.
Makes sense.
It forces your brain to actively use the English, not just passively receive it. So, yeah, knowing these problems and having simple fixes should make that path to direct thinking feel much clearer, much more manageable.
Definitely clears the path. Okay, roadblocks identified.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about building up our word bank. We need techniques to make vocabulary truly stick, right? Make it instantly available when we need it.
Exactly. Thinking directly needs fuel, and that fuel is words that are not just known somewhere in your brain, but active, ready to go. Let's dive into 3 straightforward ways to embed new vocabulary deep in your memory.
Okay, first one.
First up, something that works with how our memory naturally functions. Spaced repetition practice. We mentioned reviewing, but this is about how to review smartly.
Spaced repetition. Okay, so that means deliberately leaving gaps between reviews, yeah. Not just hammering the same word every single day.
Precisely. The core idea is simple. Review a new word soon after learning it, then wait a bit longer for the next review, then wait even longer, and so on.
Why does that work?
You're basically reviewing it just as your brain might be starting to forget it. That forces your brain to work a little harder, and that effort helps move the word from short-term to long-term memory.
Okay, makes sense. How do you do that simply without some complex app, maybe?
Keep your daily learning manageable. Aim for maybe 3 to 5 new words each day, and choose words that are actually useful to you.
Relevant words.
Super important. Relevant to your life. What did you do today? What are your hobbies? What's around you? Learning refrigerator is probably more useful right now than, say, photosynthesis, unless you're really into plants.
Good point. Relevance helps things stick. Okay, 3 to 5 relevant words. How do we space out the reviews easily?
You can use really simple timed reviews, notebook, physical flashcards, whatever works. Like, day 1, learn your 3-5 words, review them once or twice that day.
Okay.
Day 2, quick review of day 1's words, then learn your new 3-5. Day 3 or 4, maybe review everything from day 1 and day 2. End of the week, quick review of all the week's words.
You could use little piles of flashcards, maybe. Daily pile, 3-day pile, weekly pile.
Totally, or just marks in your notebook. The key thing, though, is the review itself needs to be active. Don't just stare at the word.
Right, so challenge yourself during the review.
Exactly. Cover up the example sentence, see if you remember it. Or try making a new simple sentence with the word. If the word is park, maybe you say, I like the park, or is there a park near here? Active retrieval. Much more powerful.
Got it. Spaced repetition, relevant words, increasing gaps, active review. What's technique number 2?
The visual triangle boost. This one's great if you're a visual learner. It connects writing, meaning, and pictures.
A triangle. Tell me more.
Super easy. On a flashcard or in your notebook.
Okay.
Step 1, draw a simple triangle. Step 2, top corner. Write the English word. Let's say book.
Okay.
Step 3, bottom left corner, write a simple meaning or key idea in English, maybe read stories.
Simple English meaning. Okay.
Step 4, bottom right corner, draw a really simple picture of it, a quick sketch of an open book. So you're linking the word, the meaning, and a visual cue all together. That multisensory thing sounds really good for memory.
It really helps lock it in. Okay, third technique,
Third technique.
audio sentence journaling. This one brings in sound and helps you practice using words in actual sentences. We're getting the ears and the voice involved.
How does that work? Sounds useful.
It's great practice, especially with your phone's voice recorder.
Hmm.
Pick maybe 2 or 3 of your new words for the day. Record yourself saying each word clearly.
Okay.
Then right after, try to create and say 2 or 3 different simple sentences using that word. Try to vary them a bit. So if the word is eat,
Record eat.
right, record eat. Then maybe. Sentence 1, I eat breakfast every day. Sentence 2, what do you like to eat? Sentence 3, let's eat pizza tonight. Do that for your words and then listen back.
Listen back and repeat, I guess.
Yes, listen to your recording. How's the pronunciation? Does it sound clear? Natural. Then try saying the sentences again, maybe aiming for a bit more clarity or flow. So you create, say listen, and then refine. That's a great little loop. Good for using the word and pronunciation practice.
Very practical, very powerful. So combining these spaced repetition for when to review, visual triangles for how to remember, and audio journaling for using the sound in context, you give your brain multiple ways to learn and really hold on to those words. Your active vocabulary grows, giving you the tools you need for thinking directly in English.
Okay, we've got ways to learn words and tackle roadblocks. But how do we make thinking in English feel more normal?
Yeah.
More automatic, part of our actual daily lives. Which brings us to strategy 4, flexible immersion.
Right. Immersion. That word often makes people think they have to move to Canada or Australia or something.
Yeah, which isn't possible for most people.
Exactly. But flexible immersion is different. It just means finding small, easy, creative ways to sprinkle English into your normal day, wherever you happen to be.
Sprinkling English moments, I like that.
It's about building those neural pathways we talked about, getting your brain used to bypassing translation, making direct links between concepts and English words. A bit like how kids learn their first language just by being around it. Little bits add up.
So we don't need huge chunks of study time, just using opportunities that are already there.
That sounds much less stressful.
Totally.
So what are some examples, these micro practices? Maybe something for the morning.
Yeah, a great one to start the day is the morning spark. While you're making breakfast or your first coffee, just try narrating what you're doing. Simple English, out loud or just in your head.
Like,
Okay, open the fridge, take the milk, pour the milk, add coffee. It might feel a bit silly at first,
yeah, I can imagine.
but it gently nudges your brain into English mode right from the start.
Simple enough. What about when you're out? Maybe commuting?
Oh yeah, perfect time. The transport tune-up, walking, bus, train, whatever. Use that time. Listen to an English song you like, maybe just 30 seconds of an easy English podcast. Try to catch just one line or phrase.
And maybe repeat it. Yeah, repeat it quietly. Like, good morning, how are you? Simple repetition of simple phrases is really good.
Okay, what else can we do? Like anytime, anywhere, those quick bursts.
The quick ones are great. Like the random object challenge, zero planning needed. Anytime, maybe waiting for something, walking around. Stop. Quickly, name 3 things you see. Directly in English.
Lamp, chair, window.
Tree, car, sky. Just quick, instant English naming practice.
Like a mental pop quiz. I love it. Another quick one could be mini writes, maybe.
Yes. Got 30 seconds. Grab paper or your phone. Write a super short note in English. Need milk. Meeting at 3. Feeling tired. Short, simple, active use of written English.
These are great. What about making chores less boring?
Good one. That's the chore commentary. Washing dishes, tidying up. Turn it into practice time. Talk through the steps. Simple English.
Okay.
Okay, wash the cup. Rinse the cup. Dry the cup. Put the cup away. Again, might feel a little odd, but you're practicing simple sentences, everyday words, directly. I've definitely found myself doing this in other languages, and yeah, it feels weird, but it really helps cement those basic phrases.
I can totally relate to that feeling. Okay, maybe one last one for the end of the day. How about the evening replay?
Oh, that's a good one. Before you sleep, when things are quiet, close your eyes just for a minute. Think about your day. Simple English.
Like a summary.
Yeah. Today is Tuesday. I woke up, ate breakfast, went to work, talked to friend, now sleep. Don't stress about perfect grammar. Just try recalling the day using English words.
These are all really short, aren't they? Micro practices.
Exactly. Each one is maybe 30 seconds, a minute max.
But if you do even just a few throughout the day, it adds up, right? Maybe 5 or 10 minutes total. But the cumulative effect must be pretty significant.
It really is. You're constantly sending that signal to your brain. Think in English now. You're basically creating an English environment inside your head, even if the world outside speaks another language.
Like keeping the English part of your brain switched on with these little pings, instead of only waking it up for study time.
That's exactly it. The more consistently you sprinkle these little English moments into your normal day, the more natural and automatic thinking in English will become.
Okay, so we've got words sticking. We're creating this flexible immersion environment. But all this prep needs to lead somewhere, right? Using English in actual conversations.
It's a real deal.
This is where you really test and strengthen that direct thinking ability. And that brings us perfectly to strategy number 5, live practice sessions.
Absolutely. Practicing on your own is vital, builds the foundation. But using the language with another person in real time, that's the ultimate workout for your brain.
Yeah, puts you on the spot a bit.
It forces your brain to retrieve and process words under a bit of pressure. And platforms like italki are fantastic for this. They offer a safe, friendly space for exactly this kind of real-time practice.
So how can listeners specifically use italki to help them practice thinking directly in English during a lesson, to avoid falling back on that translation crutch?
Well, first, just getting started. If you're new to italki, it's really easy to sign up. And we've got some good news.
Oh, yeah.
As sponsors, italki is offering our listeners a $10 discount on their first lesson. You just need to use the special link that's right there in the description for this deep dive.
Nice. $10 off your first lesson.
Yeah, it's a great low-risk way to just try out a lesson.
Okay, that's a good incentive. So someone signs up, uses the link.
Mm-hmm.
How do they pick a teacher who's going to help with this specific goal, direct English thinking?
Good question. When you're looking at tutors, focus on ones who specifically mention they focus on conversation. Read their descriptions, check the reviews.
What should you look for?
Do they sound patient? Do they say they encourage students to talk a lot? Look for someone who seems like they ask open-ended questions and maybe corrects gently, guiding you to speak more, not just lecturing. You want someone who feels more like a conversation partner.
Okay, find a friendly, chatty teacher. Should learners prep anything beforehand? Or just show up?
A little bit of topic prep can really help reduce those pre-lesson jitters. Just think of maybe 2 or 3 simple topics you're comfortable with.
Things you know well.
Exactly. Your family, your favorite food, what you did yesterday, your hobbies. Just having a few ideas ready means you won't feel totally blank when the lesson starts.
Right. Then, during the lesson itself,
Yeah.
what's the absolute most important thing for practicing direct thinking?
The number one thing is just active speaking. And try not to get bogged down by the fear of mistakes we talked about.
Easier said than done sometimes.
I know, but try to initiate speaking when you can. Answer questions with more than just yes or no. Aim for simple, complete sentences. And here's a really crucial tip.
Okay.
If you get stuck, if you feel your brain switching back to translation mode, do not immediately jump into your native language.
What should you do instead?
Try saying something simple in English, like, wait, please, or, how do you say, or, I need the word for? So stay in English even when you're stuck.
Yes. Keep your brain in English mode even while asking for help. A good tutor will totally understand and help you find the English word or phrase you need.
That's a really practical, useful tip. Stay in English. Okay, lesson finishes. Is that it? Learning over.
Not quite.
Yeah.
Do a quick post-lesson power-up. Your tutor might send you some corrections or new words. Take just 5 minutes, seriously. Just 5 minutes to review them.
What should you do in those 5 minutes?
Write down any key corrections or new phrases in your notebook. Maybe record yourself saying the corrected sentences or the new words clearly, using that audio journaling technique. That review is critical. It helps the learning stick and reinforces those new direct English connections.
So the italki lesson is like the focused workout, and the review is like the cool down that helps you consolidate the gains. Exactly. And honestly, even just 1 or 2 short, maybe 30-minute lessons each week where you really push yourself to think and speak in English as much as you can, that can make a huge difference. You'll likely notice yourself pausing less and speaking more automatically, probably sooner than you think.
Wow, okay. That was a ton of really useful, actionable stuff. 5 really practical strategies to help you, our listeners, start thinking more directly in English.
Yeah.
So let's quickly recap. What does this all mean for you? We talked about understanding why thinking directly matters, how it helps with instant understanding, natural flow, expressing yourself better, brain flexibility, and of course, boosting your confidence.
Right. Then we tackled identifying and defeating those common roadblocks. Remember the translation trap? And that 1-minute naming challenge.
Yeah. And vocabulary gaps, using simple synonyms or talking around the word. And that big one, fear of mistakes and using a win log to focus on progress.
Plus avoiding overwhelm by taking it slow and beating passivity by always producing something after consuming English.
Then we powered up vocabulary with techniques like spaced repetition practice, the visual triangle boost, and that audio sentence journaling, making words really stick.
Then we looked at creating flexible immersion, adding those little English moments all through your day. Remember the morning spark?
Uh-huh. And the transport tune-up, the random object challenge, mini-writes, chore commentary, and the evening replay. Lots of small, easy things.
Finally, we stressed how crucial live practice sessions are, using tools like italki, choosing a conversational tutor.
Preparing simple topics, really focusing on speaking, staying in English, even when you're stuck, like asking, how do you say?
Right. And doing those quick, important post-lesson reviews.
Okay, so the most important thing now.
Is to do something. Don't just listen and nod. Take one small action. How about right now? Pause this recording for, say, 30 seconds. Try that random object challenge. Look around. Name 5 things you see directly in English. Go on, try it.
How'd you do? Even if you just got 1 or 2, that's a start. That tiny action builds the habit. Remember, consistency is your absolute superpower here.
Mm-hmm.
Pick just one strategy from everything we discussed today, whichever one resonated most with you, and just commit to trying it for the next week. Maybe it's the object labeling, maybe the evening replay, maybe it's checking out italki.
And yeah, if you do want to really accelerate your progress with that live conversation practice, now's a great time to look at italki. Find a friendly tutor, get talking, and really help your brain get faster and more direct in English.
And don't forget that special link in the description gets you $10 off your first lesson. It's a really good opportunity to jump in.
Definitely worth checking out.
So keep practicing these strategies. Keep speaking, even when it feels a bit hard or awkward at first. And most importantly, be patient with yourself. Be kind to yourself.
Yeah, progress takes time.
It does. But soon, you really will find yourself thinking directly in English more often, more naturally, maybe even without realizing it at first. Now, here's something to think about until our next deep dive. If training your brain to think directly in English helps you overcome hesitation and speak more confidently, how might that same principle, that idea of direct thinking, apply to other areas of your life where you tend to overthink things or maybe pause too long before taking action? Something to mull over.